All right. Hello and welcome back. I am Madam Kinkster. On this channel, I talk all things about being a dominant woman, lifestyle, BDSM, kink, astrology, and being a spicy creative. I was like, what is the last one? But really, it's not even the last one. Okay, so today I actually want to talk about something. Yeah, I probably should have. Yeah, I don't know, actually. Okay, anyways, I'll probably do like a nice little reel or something like that. I already did one, so I might just post it to this video. I'm all over the place. I have ADHD, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I want to talk about pretty much I guess kinks and fetishes. There was this bigger YouTuber. She does a lot of content over like feet content and findom and like stuff like that. I think those are her main two. So yeah, and how to get pay pigs and all the things, whatever. So she was talking about how like feet content is actually pretty niche. And she doesn't really know, obviously she's in the industry, so she knows a lot more people are into it, but she didn't know, people, if she wasn't in the industry, she wouldn't have knew that there's not a lot of people who are into feet. That's pretty much the gist. So like when she said that, I was kind of like, is that true? Because like I remember when the first time, and this is not just about feet. I do not sell feet content or whatever, but it was just something that like drew me into what I'm into, which is armpit fetish or whatever. So scent, smell, humiliation, degradation, along the lines of armpits or whatever. And I wish I'm on Substack, so I don't think I can like add like a video or anything like that. I might do something on YouTube or something. I have no idea. I have some content on my Fansly and also mini vids if you want like armpit content. I have more on Fansly, of course, because they get it first. But anyways, so when she said that, I was kind of like, is that true that feed content is niche? Like that is not that big? And I was just like, I think it's one of the biggest ones, to be honest. Like, I remember, like, I don't even know how long ago that was. It was like at least like 10 years ago or whatever. I was living out in Colorado and I was like, dating or whatever. And this one guy, like, I was talking to him and like he asked me like what my shoe size was. And I was like, okay, are you buying me some shoes or something? Like. And I was like, I said my shoe size or whatever. And I'm sorry, y'all. I was like, anyways. So I told him my shoe size, and then I was just like, that was weird. Like, maybe he's gonna buy me some shoes. I don't really know. This was before I got into kink and BDSM and stuff like that. So I really, I mean, I probably was into it, but not as deep as I am into it now, or whatever. So anyway, so we're just chatting back and forth, and so he asked me what my shoe size was again. And I was like, what is up with this guy? I was like, why did you keep asking me about my shoe size? Like, I was just like, what is going on here? Like, and then I think we still wound up meeting up, but he was just real weird. Like, I went to the place, he wasn't there. And so I was all like, I texted and I was like, are you here? And then he was like saying some weird stuff, y'all. There are some weird people out here. And so he was saying some weird stuff. I think like that he was out in the parking lot or he was like updating me because I was getting the fuck up out of there, like for real, because he was like weirding me the hell out. And so like that was my first like I think my first time realizing somebody I didn't realize at the time that the person had a foot fetish, but that's my first memory of somebody having a foot fetish. And so that was like 10 years ago. You get what I'm saying? So like I didn't know what was up with this guy. And I am not into feet content. I mean, I'm not into feet in general. Like it's just not my thing or whatever. But there are all kind of fetishes out there. Like I like watching content on stuff. I like going to X and getting inspiration and stuff like that. Because a lot of stuff I don't really think is a kink or a fetish, and like it is, and I'm just like, oh, I'm doing this just already. Like I can get into this. Okay. So let's talk about how I got into armpit fetish. So it was like I think a month. Has it been 2 months? I know, yeah, it's probably been like maybe going on about 2 months or whatever. I was just like out like riding around, and so I was on X just scrolling, and I seen this girl with her armpit and it was like blurred out, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And she was all like, "I bet you want to smell it, don't you, you mutt?" And I was like, "Oh." I was like, okay, as mud and like, like all that kind of stuff, like it's kind of like my lingo or whatever. Like I really don't use mud the way I want to use mud. I think I'm gonna start using mud because I love Leon Thomas mud. Oh my God, that's my song, baby. I'm a dog, I'm a mud. I love that song, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm like really happy that somebody's bringing mud to like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing, but like bringing it alive, if that makes sense. So like I definitely want to start using mud more often. But yeah, anyways, back to her. So I seen her with her content, and I was like, damn, I never really even thought about that. And I was like driving around, and I was hot and like sweaty or whatever. And then I was like, I just took a picture like this or whatever, and was like, I said something. I was all like, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I just started kind of like teasing a little bit of content or whatever, kind of seeing how like it feels like with me saying it or whatever. Whenever I bring a new like kink or fetish or whatever, and I try to like ease myself into it because I think like, I don't know, like, do I want to be known for this? You get what I'm saying? Like, do I want to be faceless for this? Because just because I'm not a faceless creator doesn't mean that I don't have to be faceless on certain things. You could do some POV. You get what I'm saying? So I was just like, do I want to be known for this? And I was like, I don't really think I really care because it's my armpits. Like, I was just like, whatever. So then I took a picture and then I started kind of like researching or whatever. I love research. I started researching because, like I said, I didn't know this was a thing. Like, I really did not know this was a thing. And so I just started seeing like more armpit, like, communities and stuff like that. And so I started joining them, kind of seeing what the lingo was because I'm primal, by the way. So it makes a lot of sense for me too, being primal. Yeah, being primal. Being an owner and like into scent and stuff like that, into hair and stuff like that. Like I'm just, whatever. Anyway, so it just made a lot of sense. And so, like I said, I started joining some communities. I just started like, researching to see like what this was about because I never really seen anybody talk about armpits. It's always usually feet. Like feet is like the biggest one. Like I'm always seeing feet everywhere. Just feet here, feet there. Like people who want to get into the industry of like sex work, feet content. You get what I'm saying? Like that's like the biggest one or whatever. And so after I saw her, did research, and then I really just started like, posting a little bit. I think I've only done about like maybe 3 posts so far. Like actually showing my armpit so far. Like I said, it's only been like a month or two. I do like one post, like a what am I trying to say? One post a week on Sundays usually. I call it my scent day. What is this? Oh, I guess my post got approved. Let me see real quick. Hold on, y'all. What is this? Oh yeah, my post got approved. Okay, so I gotta go in here now. Okay, so anyways, oh, I want to talk about that too. So, anyways, y'all. Okay, so what was I talking about? ADHD. I probably should have picked that up, but yeah, my posts do not begin like approved in this group or on this site or whatever. Anyways, what was I talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. So I did research. I'm trying to catch back up. I did research. Started joining some communities. Started posting. That's what we was. So I started posting. Like I said, I think it's only been about a good month of me really posting. On what Sundays I call it Scent Sunday or whatever. And I just started researching, finding some communities and stuff. I found some just like on the platforms that I'm on. What I'm on, like what X. What am I on? X, Facebook. What else am I on? I don't even know. Let me see real quick. Well, anyways, I'm on places like that or whatever. So I just started like, searching to see like how big is this? How small is it? How big is it? I don't know. And so when I started digging into this, I was like, there are real people out here that are like, like it's groups of like thousands of these people who are like really into armpits. Like it's dedicated groups to this. And so I was just like, let me start like, like posting in here, kind of like seeing what, like just teasing or whatever. And so I started getting some like follows or whatever. And so I'm just like, oh, okay, like so that was like the first thing was finding the groups. It goes back to finding your target audience. That's really the gist or whatever. Whatever you're like into something like a kink, anything, you need to find definitely when you're an entrepreneur, spicy creative, more so or whatever, you need to first define, what it is that you're like looking to do. If it's feet, if it's armpit fetish, whatever. There's so many different things out there. I know it's some things I'm not even mentioning because it's just I'm talking about armpit fetish because I want y'all to also, buy some of my motherfucking content, okay? Or hook me up with somebody who is into armpits. Yeah. Anyways, so I like I said, the first thing to do is define what your like niche is, or your thing is. You can have multiple things. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted or whatever. Because I have multiple things that I do. Like I said, on Sundays it's my scent day, so that's that day. So I joined some communities or whatever. I started kind of like checking them out, scoping them out, seeing like what they were about. And then I started posting in there. And so I gained some new followers on like my pages or whatever. Um, and I wasn't really sure, like definitely on Facebook, I wasn't really sure about like saying that I do armpit fetish stuff like yet because like I said, I kind of like save a little bit more of the experimental stuff on like X and like different places like that where I can really test out stuff. But on my Facebook, it's a lot of people who I still kind of know or whatever. So I'd be kind of iffy about bringing stuff over there yet. But I started like posting like I'm gonna say subliminal stuff. I posted in the groups like the armpit teases. And so what I did was I correlated like I'm gonna say if I did the tease in the armpit group on my page or whatever, since I don't really like show that I do armpit fetish or whatever, I would like correlate like let's say I wore this shirt or a tank top. Imagine this is a tank top, and I posted like the teaser in the group, the armpit group. I would post the same thing on like my story or on a picture or something like that on my feed or in my story of the same, you get what I'm saying, the same tank top. That way it correlates like, hey, this is me, even though like I'm not showing the same exact content, it's still me or whatever. And like, you get what I'm saying? So I started getting some followers. And then I started really just like I say, posting. It's been about like 3 posts so far. So not too many or whatever. And I've been getting some compliments or whatever. Like this one guy just yesterday and today, like he is like just going out over my armpits. Like it's crazy. Like it's really funny though. Like I've had a couple people who have given me compliments. And then also somebody who I'm talking to actually, they just randomly said that they were like into like, like just different things like primal stuff and stuff like that too. And I was like, oh, I'm actually like just getting into that. And they were like, oh wow, like I thought I was weird for this and stuff like that. So I was just like, that's kind of cool that like, like I just feel like things that are for me and those people will come to me, you know what I mean? But of course I'm going to put in the work or whatever. So that's why I am now. Like I said, I'm about a good month and really, even though I teased it for like, I want to say at least like maybe close to 2 months, I really didn't put too much into it at first. I was just kind of seeing, and I definitely have some more stuff that I want to do. I'm just super excited. But my thing is, I want to make sure that there's actually money in this because it is a niche like kink or niche fetish or whatever. I'm like, hold on, what am I trying to say? Since it is a niche fetish or whatever, I want to make sure that the audience is there. But obviously, the audience is there, but they also need to pay or whatever, So it's something that I actually enjoy doing. So I feel like I'll continue to do it and just kind of see, at least for like 90 days or something like that. And just kind of see. But I'm already seeing some improvements, or not improvements, some like things that indicate like that, things are going well or whatever. Because on what, like I said, I've gotten compliments. I've gotten people gooning out over it or whatever. I've gotten followers from it. Like what else? And then a lot of times people won't buy right away. It'll take them a while to actually buy. And so like, cause I remember like I started Fansly or whatever, and sometimes it takes a minute to actually get people. I mean, I got like customers or whatever, different places, but sometimes it takes time and traffic and getting like searched and stuff. It just takes time. So I'm really trying to give this some time. And plus, like I said, I actually kind of enjoy it. It's kind of like been fun to come up with like new ways to show like my armpits and stuff. Like I said, I've only done about 3 pieces of content, and I'm just like, oh, I could do this. And like, then I'm like looking at other people, and like, I'm gonna be honest, like one person, they did like this scene with this, like, I don't even want to say it. Like they did this one scene because I might do it or whatever. And I was just like, oh, that is kind of hot. Like, I was just like, I'm going to have to do that, I think. I was like, it's going to feel weird, but I was like, it was kind of hot. I'm going to be honest. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to do that. But, yeah, so that's how I really got into armpit fetish. there are so many fetishes out there, like just hairy. What with the armpits, it doesn't have to be any certain type of way necessarily. Like it's just armpits in general. So you can have a hairy armpit, a smooth armpit, stubbled armpit, or whatever. Like the hair is just coming in. I've seen where this one lady, she does like she did like this growth check. So like she would like, wax it off, cut it off, whatever. And then she'll be like, this is a one week update, 2 week update, 2 month update, whatever. Just an example. And I was just like, this is pretty cool or whatever. So, like I said, I just really want to make sure that there's money involved in it, but I'm also having fun. I feel like money comes when you're having fun too. So I'm just having fun. Yeah, I just been having fun to be honest. But I think that's pretty much what I want to come on here. Oh no. And another thing is, like I said, I've only done about 3 pieces of content so far. And so I went into my what is it called? Into my analytics on Fansly, right? And like my top three posts or whatever, or my top five, I'll even say, because one was like repetitive or whatever, so I'm not gonna count that as like a part of it. But my top five posts were pretty much my one. I don't even know why that one was up there, but I'll give you the main ones or whatever. It was the armpit fetish, and then also it was SPH or whatever. So I was just like, okay. So, and those are my new pieces of content actually that I just started doing because Fansly actually changed a lot of their rules. So a lot of stuff that I was posting, I can't really like post the way I was doing because photos don't go to the For You page anymore. So me as a strategist, I'm just like, okay, if it doesn't go to the For You page, like what we, and I'm primal, I have ADHD. So it's like, how we going to pivot? You get what I'm saying? So I pivoted with some new, like, content. I love like trying out different things. And what I love about it also is that, you know, really my content to change up is never really the same or whatever. It depends on how I'm feeling and what I want to do. You get what I'm saying? What I'm inspired by, what I'm seeing and stuff like that. But that's how I really got into armpit fetish. And I could see me doing this for a long time because like I said, I'm primal. I really never thought about doing it. I never really thought it was a thing. But now that it's a thing, baby, I could dominate in this. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's a lot of people who are like doing this. And like even like the people who are like gooning out to it, they're like, wow, like, this is, I don't really see this that often and stuff like that. So this is just amazing. Definitely like me being black and stuff like that too. So yeah. So yeah, that's how I got into armpit fetish. If you want to buy some content, definitely a custom, then come my way. Peace.